Breaking, look who Seth Rich parted with the night of his murder, Muslim may have killed him. It has been over a year since Democratic staffer Seth Rich was shot to death in cold blood. The media and the Washington, D.C. police have pushed the theory that the cause of Rich's death was due to a robbery gone wrong. However, the events surrounding the case point to something much more nefarious, such as a murder for hire. Now, that theory has gained some traction after what new information has recently surfaced about who Seth was seen with the night before. For over a year, people believe that Seth Rich was responsible for the damaging emails released to WikiLeaks. These emails were so damaging that many have said that they are what caused Hillary Clinton to lose the election last fall. The robbery gone wrong theory has never felt right to Seth Rich's family and others across the country, considering that nothing was taken from his body. Seth Rich's father, Joe, said this to reporters shortly after his son's death. "If it was a robbery, it failed because he still has his watch, he still has his money, he still has his credit cards, still had his phone, so it was a wasted effort, except we lost a life." Also, fueling suspicion is the rumor that Seth Rich was on his way to meet with FBI investigators concerning the Clinton family's corruption. Now, new information has been revealed that Timran A1, Democrat Representative Debbie Wasserman Schultz's information technology, IT, administrator, was seen partying with Seth Rich the night before he was murdered. You remember who Imran A1 is, right? A1 was caught earlier this year trying to smuggle out of the country congressman's computers. Fortunately, he was caught, and so were his accomplices, which happened to be his brothers, and a thorough investigation began. A1, realizing that the case against him was solid, tried to leave the country again but was caught at Dallas airport. Taking this all into account and the fact that Seth Rich was seen at a party with Imran A1 has raised eyebrows. Now, Detective Rod Wheeler, who works in Washington, D.C., has taken on the case, and what he has found is surprising. Here is more from InfoWars. According to Trump confidant Roger Stone, disgraced Debbie Wasserman Schultz said Imran A1 was with former DNC staffer Seth Rich on the night of his murder. Rich was murdered in an upscale area of Washington, D.C. on July 10 last year, but the killer or killers did not steal anything from the victim, rendering the police's explanation that the incident was a robbery gone wrong doubtful. InfoWars reported on the questions surrounding Seth Rich's murder multiple times back in August last year, including how there was around an hour and a half of unaccounted for time between Rich leaving a bar and being killed. Brad Bauman, a crisis communications manager for the Democratic Party, was hired by Rich's family to act as their spokesman. Bauman's first action was to insist that people stop questioning the unsolved circumstances behind Rich's murder. Now Trump confidant Roger Stone claims that Imran A1, Florida Democrat Representative Debbie Wasserman Schultz's information technology, IT, administrator, was with Seth Rich before he was murdered. Fact, Wasserman Schultz IT consultant A1 was partying with Seth Rich the night of his murder. Edit at The Atlantic. Stone tweeted. A1 reportedly possessed the password to DNC chair Debbie Wasserman Schultz's iPad when the DNC emails were leaked to WikiLeaks. Despite the mainstream media continually insisting, with no evidence, that Russia was responsible for the DNC leak, Julian Assange appeared to indicate that the source was Seth Rich during an appearance on Dutch television. Hard drives recovered from A1's home were found to be smashed up with a hammer. Wasserman Schultz later threatened the chief of the U.S. Capitol Police with consequences for holding equipment related to the investigation into A1. A1, who got paid 3 times the average congressional IT employee salary, was arrested at Dallas airport after wiring $300,000 to Pakistan and attempting to flee the country. According to Lieutenant Colonel Anthony Shaffer, A1 was working with and wiring money to the Muslim Brotherhood, a Sunni Islamist organization that is allied with terrorist groups and advocates Sharia law. Meanwhile, in a related development, a lawsuit filed against Fox News by Rod Wheeler claims that the Fox News channel and a wealthy supporter of President Trump worked in concert under the watchful eye of the White House to concoct a story about the murder of Seth Rich. This case is only getting more interesting the more that time goes on. The pieces seem to be falling into place as the American people are being given a clearer picture of what happened that evening last June. If A1 was out with Seth Rich the night of the murder, it could have been A1 who killed him. The fact that A1 was caught with damaging information and also trying to escape the country all could be one huge cover-up. Is it possible that A1 could hold the key to the entire Clinton criminal enterprise that we have witnessed for decades? Hopefully, the truth will be revealed sooner than later. Share if you want the truth exposed. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe Breaking News 365 channel. Goodbye and see you again.